I'm Hannah Selleck. I'm a Team Coro rider. This is my horse Rumple, and today we're going to be talking about lunging in the Pessoa rig.
Tom Selleck is famous for his mustache and tough charisma. But what about his offspring? Today's video explores famous people and their lovely children. Some of them appear like carbon clones of their parents at the same age. Tom Selleck's stunning daughter and other star-studded families will be compared, which will make you gasp. Stick around as we unveil the startling similarities and even some shocks between these renowned faces and their equally stunning youngsters. Mamie Gummer and mom Meryl Streep at 35 years old. Meryl Streep's legacy is being carried on by Mamie Gummer, who inherits it from her famous mother. There's no denying the striking likeness between her and her mother, who is also a well-known actress. Heartburn, Ricky and the Flash, and Evening are just a handful of the films in which they'd previously appeared together as actors. Sean and John Lennon at 40 years old. It would seem that Sean, John Lennon's son, has maintained his appearance even though we lost him at an early age. The fact that he also joined the music business is nothing unusual. How could he not, considering that his parents, John Lennon and Yoko Ono, are well-known musicians? Rumer and Bruce Willis at 30 years old. Instead of having just one famous father, Rumer Willis has two famous parents. When Bruce was 30 years old, he made his starring debut in the film Die Hard. In her roles as an actress and singer, Rumer carries on the musical and theatrical tradition that her parents established. Rumer Willis and Demi Moore. If you compare the two pictures side by side, which of the two, Bruce or Demi, do you think she looked like most when she was the same age? The two of them have several readily apparent similarities. Even though both of their names begin with the initial D, something about this picture of Demi makes me think of Eloise, Denise Richards' adopted daughter. Kate Hudson and Goldie Hawn at 39. Actress Kate Hudson is a well-known character who aspires to do the same things as her famed mother, Goldie Hawn. Additionally, Kate owns a line of athletic apparel. Does it not seem obvious how similar these two blonde moms and daughters are to one another? Dakota Johnson and Melanie Griffith, both 28. Dakota is also an actress, much like her mother, and she's doing rather well for herself in the industry. In spite of the fact that she has relatively varied hairstyles, it's clear that she's inherited the same face shape as her mother, Melanie. Chris and Robert Pine at 38. The extraordinary genetics that Chris Pine, an actor, seems to have inherited from his parents at this point in his life. They do have a similar appearance. The performance that Robert Pine gave on Chips is the one that people remember the most, even though his stunning son Chris Pine is most known for the Star Trek reboot flicks. Which one do you take into consideration to be the most appealing? Ireland Baldwin and Kim Basinger at 22. In the same way that her mother, Kim Basinger, has achieved success in the modeling industry, Ireland Baldwin is also doing very well. Because they're both pretty gorgeous, it makes perfect sense. Alec Baldwin, Ireland Baldwin's father, is also a well-known figure worldwide. Damon Wayans Jr. and Damon Wayans Sr. at 35 years old. In addition to sharing the same name, these two exhibit a strong likeness in terms of their physical look. Not only are they both hilarious comedians, but they also often work together with their family, the Wayans, on many film and television ventures. Ava Philippe and Reese Witherspoon when both 19. Does the fact that Ava looks like her mother, Reese, not have any truth? Their complexion, hair, and features are very gorgeous. Even at the age of 19, Ava's been seen working at a pizza business in the neighborhood, and she's now attending college. Reese and Ryan Philippe, her parents, are doing an excellent job of parenting her. Scott and his father Clint Eastwood at 32. A person who enjoys watching westerns would surely find Clint Eastwood attractive. His son is a well-known actor who is now capturing the attention of ladies all over the world. It's evident that Clint, Scott's father, is the most gorgeous member of the family. Paltrow and Blythe Danner, 46 years old. Both Blythe Danner and Gwyneth Paltrow are well-known actresses in their respective fields. Recognize the similarities that exist between this mother and daughter. Their facial contours are pretty similar to one another. Ben and Jerry Stiller, 52 years old. These individuals are father and son, even though they look very different in their 50s. They've appeared in several films by working together, including the comedic Zoolander. Milo and Mel Gibson, 28 years old. Even though Mel Gibson is the father of 9 children, his son Milo probably most closely resembled him. Mel, do you remember him from when he was just starting out in the performing industry? Hugh Jackman and Oscar Maximilian Jackman at age 17. Hugh Jackman, the actor who plays Wolverine, has a prosperous career, and his massive net worth demonstrates that he's a bankable performer through and through. However, he also has a pleasant and meaningful family life, which is not the case with many Hollywood stars. He's been married to his longtime girlfriend, Deborah Lee Furness, since 1996, and the couple still seem to be in love. Following Deborah's 2 losses, the couple adopted 2 children, a son, Oscar Maximilian, and a daughter, Ava Elio. Oscar may be finishing his studies, but he's also traveling the globe with his father as he works on various film projects. Oscar's fortunate. Julie Andrews and Emma Walton Hamilton at age 34. Although Julie Andrews began her career as a child actor, it was when she started acting in Broadway musicals that people took notice of this young, gifted girl. She received an Academy Award for her performance as Mary Poppins in her feature debut picture. Andrews has become a cinematic icon in blockbusters such as The Sound of Music and The Princess Diaries, among many others. Queen Elizabeth II bestowed the title Dame on her in the year 2000. Emma, Julie's daughter, knew she had huge shoes to fill when she chose to pursue a career in film. Before opening the Bay Street Theater in New York, she had minor parts in TV shows and movies in the United States. She's currently a children's book author, having authored 34. Robin Williams and Zach Williams at age 29. Robin Williams has 3 children, the elder son Zach being the most like him in appearance, skill, and compassion. Following Robin's tragic death in 2014, Zach wants to honor his father by teaching financial responsibility to convicts at California's San Quentin State Prison. He did so because his father had previously wished to assist the convicts of this particular jail in improving their lives after they were released. Daniel Day-Lewis and Cashel Blake Day-Lewis at age 15. Daniel Day-Lewis has already alarmed us by announcing his impending retirement from film. We'd be sorry to see him leave the spotlight, but we're sure his son, Cashel Blake, can replace the vacuum his father leaves. The attractive adolescent is often spotted at movie premieres and red carpets, generally with renowned pals such as footballer David Beckham's son, Brooklyn Beckham. Tom Hanks and Colin Hanks at age 25. Tom Hanks is one of the most enviable professionals in Hollywood, and his son, Colin, has inherited his love for performing. Despite his uncanny likeness to his father, Colin is less fortunate in his professional choices, and his accomplishments at his age pale compared to Tom's. Nonetheless, Hanks is still young and has the potential to surpass his father. If he does not, he may depend on a trust fund established by Tom from his financial wealth, which is worth millions. Ron Howard and Bryce Dallas Howard at age 25. We are reminded of Ron Howard's most famous acting role as Richie Cunningham in the television series Happy Days when we look at his portrait at 25. However, Ron Howard is better known as the iconic filmmaker of films such as Apollo 13, A Beautiful Mind, and The Da Vinci Code. He passed on his passion for acting to his daughter, Bryce Dallas Howard, who we saw in Jurassic World with Chris Pratt. Ron has passed on his famed red locks to Bryce, and we're curious about what hair treatments she uses to keep her hair looking so good. Although she's been performing for quite some time and has made her living, it'd be wonderful if her father would give her part of his money as an inheritance. Michael Douglas and Dylan Michael Douglas at age 17. Dylan, the son of actor couple Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta-Jones, has grown up and just attended a senior prom. His mother posted a snapshot of her adorable son on Instagram, stating that his graduation was quickly approaching and that he was off to college. Dylan inherited his father's beautiful features, as seen by a portrait of the renowned actor when he was 17. Chris Noth and Orion Christopher Noth in their preteens. In the female-dominated sitcom Sex and the City, we all remember actor Chris Noth as the gorgeous male lead opposite actress Sarah Jessica Parker. Like his Sex and the City avatar, Chris's followers wondered when the attractive silver fox would settle down with a family. Their worries were answered when he married his longtime partner, actress Tara Lynn Wilson, in 2012. They had a kid from their joyful connection before they married, and they named him Orion Christopher Noth. The little child is now 10 and may occasionally be seen with his father at basketball games and the beach. It's encouraging to see that despite being an older father, Chris is entirely engaged in his son's development. He was recently sighted with a walking stick, prompting his supporters to wonder whether he was ill. Cindy Crawford and Kaya Gerber in their teens. When Kaya Gerber first joined the fashion industry, many were shocked by how much she resembled her mother. It's as if Cindy Crawford had cosmetic surgery to appear 16 again. If you inherited the DNA of the legendary supermodel, it should come as no surprise that you'll inherit her most remarkable traits. Cindy Crawford seems immortal, as if she had some anti-aging secret hidden somewhere safe. She recently participated in a Versace fashion campaign, and judging from the photographs, she can compete with her little daughter despite her semi-retirement. Charles Spencer, 9th Earl Spencer, and Louis Spencer, Viscount Alcorp at age 24. The public was interested in Prince Harry and Meghan Markle at the royal wedding, as well as Prince Harry's handsome cousin, Louis Spencer. Louis Spencer, the son of Princess Diana's brother, came with his mother and two sisters. Louis has acquired the Spencer charm, which his aunt, Princess Diana, is most renowned for. It's hardly unexpected that he came out so attractive, given that his mother is former British fashion model Victoria Lockwood. Kelsey Grammer and Spencer Grammer in their early 30s. Kelsey Grammer is best recognized for his role as the lead in the two-decade-long television series Frasier. Aside from that, his name is also associated with a high-priced divorce settlement involving his ex-wife Camille Grammer. It's a good thing he had enough money left over to leave to his children as an inheritance. Spencer, his oldest daughter from his previous marriage, has been earning her own money by performing gigs on television and film since 1992, rather than relying on a trust fund. Spencer returned to school last year to pursue screenwriting and film directing. Daniel Craig and Ella Craig at age 25. Daniel Craig, widely known for playing James Bond, may have just recently become a parent at 50, but he already has a grown-up daughter. Ella seems to have taken a cue from Bond, as she's been quite active on social media, uploading several photographs of her ultra-glamorous life, all dressed up in fantastic attire. Like her father, she enjoys performing, mostly in theater and short films. Ella's mother, Daniel's first wife, Fiona Loudon, divorced her father some time ago. Although she claims there's no enmity between them, Ella often posts photos of her two families having fun together. Brendan Gleeson and Domhnall Gleeson at age 34. Aside from his acting abilities, Irish actor Brendan Gleeson is known for his brilliant red hair, which his son, Domhnall Gleeson, inherited. Not many actors can pull off red hair, but the father-son team does an excellent job. We hope they reveal their secret, which is undoubtedly fantastic hair products. Domhnall is building a name for himself in Hollywood, appearing in fan favorites such as About Time, the Harry Potter films, and the two Star Wars films. Tom Selleck and Hannah Margaret Selleck at age 29. Tom Selleck is a well-known actor in the business since the 1970s. He and his current wife, Jilly Mack, have a daughter, Hannah Margaret Selleck, born in 1987, a year after marriage. Hannah is attractive enough to work as a model, thanks to Daddy Dear for allowing her to acquire his excellent looks, but she's decided to be an equestrian. Surprised? We don't blame you since we were there too. But she isn't simply a competitor. According to sources, she also operates a horse breeding company. Isn't she a lovely young lady? Stellan Skarsgård and Alexander Skarsgård at age 35. Alexander Skarsgård is not Stellan Skarsgård's only son, but he is the one who got his Swedish good looks. However, we must confess that the younger Skarsgård is more beautiful than his father. Stellan has been around for years, and although some may believe Alexander relies on a trust fund or something to get by, he's been making his presence known in Hollywood with The Legend of Tarzan and the HBO popular drama Big Little Lies, for which he earned an Emmy. Leslie Mann and Maud Apatow in their 20s. Leslie Mann is a well-known comedic actress who's appeared in films such as The Cable Guy, George of the Jungle, Big Daddy, and The Other Woman. Mann met Judd Apatow, one of the film's producers, when auditioning for The Cable Guy in 1997. The two struck it off right away and married the following year. Mann and Apatow are the parents of 2 girls. Maud, the oldest, clearly inherited her parents' love of movies, as she's presently pursuing a degree in radio, television, and movies at Northwestern University. And there's no need to depend on a trust fund set up by her parents, since she's already acted in several of her parents' films at a young age. So we presume she has a lot of money in her bank account. Kate Moss and Leela Grace Hack at age 15. When British model Kate Moss was found at JFK Airport at 14, she had no idea she would one day command the runway and cover magazines. Her delicate look and waif-like shape earned her a distinguishing beauty, and she became the face of many well-known companies, including Calvin Klein, Chanel, and H&M. Kate seems ready to transfer the torch to her 15-year-old daughter. Leela Grace used to be photographed all the time because of her renowned parents. Her father is the editor of a British magazine, and Marc Jacobs discovered her and decided to put her as their newest model. Tom Jones and Jonathan Berkeley in their 20s. Tom Jones, the legendary singer, may have had 2 sons, Mark and Jonathan. The former is Jones's genuine son with his late wife, Linda, while the latter, Jonathan, he didn't recognize until 2008 when a judge ruled that a DNA test confirmed that he was indeed Jones's son with former model Catherine Berkeley. Jones said that he doesn't want anything to do with Jonathan after agreeing to comply with the court's decision to provide him with a monthly stipend until he reaches the age of 18. Jonathan Berkeley, now 29, is an aspiring musician who goes by the stage name John Jones. He'd previously been arrested for narcotics possession and had previously been in the headlines for being homeless. Tatum O'Neal and Emily McEnroe at age 26. Growing up as the kid of renowned celebrity parents is difficult, as Emily McEnroe, daughter of Tatum O'Neal and John McEnroe, discovered. O'Neal, of course, is an actress who, at the age of 10, holds the record for being the youngest person to win an Oscar for her film Paper Moon, while McEnroe is a tennis legend. O'Neal lost custody of her children when she and John split, a judgment based on the judge's concerns about her drug use. The actress finally turned her life around and has a good relationship with her 3 children and estranged father. Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York, and Princess Eugenie at age 27. Another royal wedding will take place this year with Princess Eugenie of York, one of Queen Elizabeth's grandchildren, as the bride. The princess is one of the 2 daughters of the Duke and Duchess of York, Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson. Despite their divorce, Sarah retains the title of Duchess until she marries again. Princess Eugenie may have inherited her father's eyes and hair color, but her mother is responsible for most of her traits. John Candy and Jennifer Candy in their 30s. John Candy is a well-known Canadian-born Hollywood comedian. When he died in 1994 at age 43, he left behind his iconic films as part of his legacy. Spaceballs, Cool Runnings, Splash, Uncle Buck, and Planes, Trains, and Automobiles are a few examples. Despite losing her father early, Jennifer Candy has been impacted by him, becoming an actor and producer herself. She was a regular on the short-lived TV show Where's This Party? She also appeared in the Disney Channel series Liv and Maddie. Claudia Schiffer and Cosima Violet at age 14. We've seen enough offspring of renowned supermodels to conclude that these children are genetically talented. Consider Claudia Schiffer's daughter, Cosima. She's the daughter of the German supermodel of the 1990s and her director spouse, Matthew Vaughn. Cosima may be too little to comprehend why the paparazzi follow them around taking photographs. Still, Claudia is doing all she can to ensure her 3 children have a regular upbringing. Jack Nicholson and Ray Nicholson at age 26. Jack Nicholson is one of Hollywood's most highly regarded actors, and it would be a shame if he didn't pass on his acting genes to his children. He has 5 children, only one of whom is said to follow in his father's footsteps. Ray was only seen following his famous father to basketball games, thus the young Nicholson grew up in front of NBA fans. At 26 years old, Ray is poised to conquer Hollywood, and fans can only expect his finest acting performances. Considering his father's renowned performances throughout the years, it also helps that Ray is stunning. Some people mistake him for actor Leonardo DiCaprio's doppelganger. Salma Hayek and Valentina Paloma Pinot in their preteens. Salma Hayek, a Mexican-born actress, has been a beauty since she was a child, and it's no wonder that she began modeling at such a young age. She went on to feature in significant blockbusters and didn't have to depend only on her beauty to get gigs. With films such as Frida, Desperado, and Grown Ups, she demonstrated that she could play any character, whether it was drama, action, or humor. With her 50th birthday approaching, the actress is taking on fewer parts and projects and instead focusing on raising her daughter, Valentina, with her wealthy businessman husband, Francois-Henri Pinault. For the most part, the little schoolgirl seemed to have inherited her renowned mother's good features. Drew Barrymore and Frankie Barrymore Kopelman at age 10. Few Hollywood stars have the longevity of Drew Barrymore, who was featured in her debut film, E.T., when she was just 5 years old. Drew, at 43, is still working as an actor and producer in cinema and television. She now has 2 adorable kids. The youngest is Frankie Barrymore Kopelman. Frankie, who's just 4 years old, has inherited her mother's cuteness. It's acceptable if Drew sets up a trust fund for her daughters to safeguard their future. Vanessa Redgrave and Jolie Richardson in their 20s. Tennessee Williams and Arthur Miller have dubbed Vanessa Redgrave the greatest living actress of our time. Her look-alike daughter, Jolie Richardson, has a long way to go to match her mother's achievement. Vanessa's received several honors over her theater, television, and cinema career, including an Emmy, Tony, Olivier, Golden Globe, Screen Actors Guild, BAFTA, Cannes, and an Oscar. Jolie would most likely inherit her mother's acting talent over money. Richard Gere and Homer James Gigme Gere at age 18. Richard Gere, the beloved actor, is now 69 years old and expecting a kid with his current wife, Alejandra Silva. Few people know that Gere has a son with his ex-wife, Carrie Lowell, whom he called Homer James Gigme Gere. Homer is now 18 years old and swiftly catching up to his father regarding excellent looks. From 2002 until 2016, he was married to Lowell. Stephen King and Joe Hill in their 30s. The son of Stephen King publishes novels under the fictitious name Joe Hill. Joseph King is his true name. Joe Hill began writing horror tales during college. A few years later, he published 3 full-length books, the rights to which were quickly snapped up by filmmakers. The bestsellers list of New York Times often includes Hill's works. Christopher Reeve and Will Reeve in their 20s. Comic book enthusiasts worldwide considered Christopher Reeve the ultimate Superman for an extended period. Furthermore, it seems that Will got his handsome appearance from his dad. But at the age of 11, Will Reeve lost his heroic father, and 2 years later his mother, Dana, passed away. Even though his adolescent years were difficult, he attended college to get his degree. Bob Dylan and Jacob Dylan, 33. As the most significant character in folk music over the last 50 years, Bob Dylan doesn't require an introduction, but many people may need to be made aware of his son Jacob Dylan's level of fame. Born into rock aristocracy, Jacob Dylan began his career as the leader of the Wallflowers, a mainstay of the 90s alt-rock scene. He followed in his father's footsteps before having a successful solo career. Bruce Springsteen and Evan Springsteen, 24. One of the most well-known figures in rock and roll, Bruce Springsteen, is known for his extremely poignant depictions of everyday Americans facing hardships in his songs. Evan Springsteen, Bruce's eldest son, pursued a career in music in his father's footsteps. In 2008, Bruce's fellow guitarist son even performed with him. Gregory Peck and Stephen Peck, 46. Gregory Peck played Atticus Finch in To Kill a Mockingbird, which became an integral part of his career and won him an Oscar for Best Actor. The film inspired audiences for many years. Stephen Peck didn't go into show business, even if he could have his father's jawline. Instead, he went on to lead the nonprofit U.S. Vets as its president and CEO. Ethan Hawke and Levon Thurman Hawke, 39. Despite showing signs of stardom in films such as Dead Poets Society and Reality Bites, Ethan Hawke opted to live the life of a Renaissance man, directing independent films, writing books, and even starting his own theatrical company. His son Levin has appeared in Stranger Things. If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon